Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are good. My name is Nitish, and I am a consultant trainer at Sankhyana Consultancy Service from the last 4 years. So today in this webinar topic, we are going to discuss about understanding the base SAS procedure to analyze and create a report. Okay. So let us talk about the Sankhyana first. Okay. So Sankhyana is an IT firm which provides you the consulting, analytic, and training to the student and professional from the last 8 years. Now, so today in this session we will discuss about the base SAS procedure to analyze and create a report. But before that, we have to know. Okay, we have to know what is SAS. Okay, what is SAS? So SAS. Okay, what is SAS? So SAS is a statistical analysis system. Okay, it is a software suite that had developed by the SAS Institute, and it is one of the leaders in the analytics. Okay, it is useful for performing the advanced analytic, multivariate analysis, okay, business intelligence, data management function, okay, and it is also used for conducting the predictive analytic. Okay, so SAS is used by the many top organizations which include, you can say, the Google, Facebook, Twitter, and Accenture for answering the many questions which persist at a business and organization level, and it is also used for generating the informative reports. So it helps in the business forecasting, right? You can say the quality improvement, operation research, and the project management. It particularly useful in application development and graphic design. So SAS is your statistical analysis software suite that is widely used for statistical data analysis and visualization. Okay, it also allows you to use the qualitative technique and the process which help you to enhance the employee productivity and the business profit. SAS is also used for, you can say, advanced analytics like business intelligence, crime investigation, predictive analysis. In SAS, right, the data is extracted and categorized, which help you to identify and analyze the data pattern. Okay, so it is a software suite which allow you to perform the advanced analysis, business intelligence, predictive analysis, and data management to operate effectively in the competitive and the changing business condition. Okay, and SAS is the platform. Okay, or you can say SAS is a platform that is independent, which means that you can run the SAS on any operating system, either on the Linux or the Windows. Now, so today in this session we will discuss about the SAS, what is SAS, what is the framework of the SAS, what is SAS Programming Process. We will also learn about the base SAS procedure, and in the last we will discuss about the advantage of SAS. Now, so what is SAS? Okay, so SAS was developed by the Dr. James Goodnight at North Carolina State University in 1926, and now it is owned and maintained by the SAS Institute. Okay, so the intention of identifying this software in 1920, that is mainly for the agriculture purpose for the data analysis. Nowadays it is widely used in the clinical, financial, banking, manufacturing, and the customer relationship management. And you know that all the industry have the tons and tons of the data that is generated on the daily basis, and it become difficult to handle the data and analyze the data. So SAS provides you the platform to analyze and manage the data and present the data into the meaningful graphs and reports. So it is an integrated software suite that is used for the data analytics, business intelligence, predictive analytics, and the data management. It is developed by the SAS Institute and it provides you the graphical point and click user interface for the new user. So SAS is your fourth generation language, okay, and it can easily handle all the operating system, okay, or you can say like that, it can easily run on all the operating system like Windows, Unix and Linux. Now the question is like that, how does SAS work? Okay, what is the framework? How does SAS work? So SAS is your highly flexible and integrated software system that is used to access the data, okay, manage the data, analyze the data and present the data. What does access the data means? Okay, what is the meaning of access the data? So access the data means, okay, SAS allow you to access the data in any desired format that we want. We can also access data that is stored anywhere, whether it is in your file on your system or data stored in another database system like Oracle and Teradata. Okay, it can also access the XLS files, CSV file, okay, and it helps you to access the data in a very easy manner. Now the next we have the manage the data. Okay, so manage the data means SAS help you to manipulate the data. It allows us to format your data in the SAS environment, and it can, or you can say we can create and delete the variable, and we also use the operator to evaluate the data value. So SAS help you to separate the data and perform the conditional processing. It helps in merging the two different data sources and also help in creating, retrieving and updating the different database information. Now the next we have analyze the data. Okay, after the managing process we will analyze the data to perform the simple evaluation. Okay, and here the basis provide the powerful data analysis tool. Okay, so we can with the help of that we can produce the different table, frequency count or the cross tabulation of the data. Okay, so we can create a variety of chart and graph plot, and it provides all the statistical algorithms including the mean, sum, variance and the standard deviation. And the last we have present the data. So present data means SAS help you to present the data in the different form. Okay, help you to present the data in the different form of a list, graphics report and summary. It will present the result of your analysis in the significant report in the multiple formats, such as you can say the HTML, that is hypertext markup language, RTF, that is rich text format and the PDF. Okay, now so SAS Programming Process, right? So whenever we talk about the SAS, right, so there is a process. So suppose you are working with the any tool, right? So first you need to access the data into that environment, right? So right now I am working with the SAS, right? So these are the programming process of the SAS. So if you want to work with the SAS, right, so first you need to access the data into the within the SAS environment. After that you have to explore the data, and after exploring the data you have to prepare the data, right, analyze and report on the data, and then you will export your result. So when I am saying accessing the data, right, so you can access data, right, you can access data of that is the data that is available in a different form, right? So when I am talking about the data, right, so there are in SAS there are two type of data. One is your structured data, and another one is your unstructured data. Okay, so to access the structured data, okay, to access the structured data within the SAS, okay, we will use the libname statement. we will use the libname statement. Libname statement, that is your global statement. Okay, and when you will use the libname statement, so it does not require the run statement. Now to access the unstructured data, okay, to access the unstructured data, we will use the prop import. We will use the prop import. When I am saying the access the unstructured data and structured data. Structured data means what? The data which is in the tabular format, means which is having the defined rows and column, right? Which is having the defined rows and column. But when I am talking about the unstructured data, right? So that data is not in the defined rows and column. Okay. Suppose I have the data like that. Suppose this is my notepad. Okay. And in the notepad, the name is written like that, that is Nitish. Okay, and after that we have the comma, that is male, that is CSV value, right? That is CSV data, that is comma separated value. Okay, this is my data set. Okay, within the data I have the value like that. All the value are separated by a comma, and I want to access it within the SAS, and I want to convert it into the table format, right? So with the help of the prop import, we will first convert this unstructured data to the structured, okay, and then we will work on that. Next we have the explore the data, right? So you can explore the data. So we have the different procedure to explore the data. Like we have the prop fric, prop print, prop means, and the prop univariate, right? So through that you can explore the data. After that, prepare the data, right? So what does the prepare the data mean? Suppose I have the data set, right? I have the data set, and what I want, okay, suppose I have the 10 column and 100 observation, right? So I want to filter, okay, and I want to drop few column. How will I do that? So here, while preparing data, whatever the required column and whatever the required rows you want, you can prepare the data. If you want to drop any column from the data set or from your report, so you can do that, and here you can prepare the data. Okay, even though if you want to filter your data or filter your observation based on the specific condition, right, you can do while preparing your data. Now the next we have analyze and report on the data. So here, how will you analyze and report the data? So we will do the analysis. How do we perform the analysis? So we will perform the analysis with the help of, you can say, we have the different procedure, like we have the prop means and the prop univariate and the prop fric. Okay, so when you will use the prop means, prop univariate and the prop means, right? So through this procedure, three procedure, right, you can analyze and report on the data. Okay, and after that, after getting the report, and here if you want to report on the data, right, if you want to create, so you can also create here the graphical report also. Okay, so you can use here the code to convert your tabular data into the graphical reports. Okay, and then you can export your result. Okay, export your data into the different extension. Okay, so you can export your data into the Excel file. Okay, you can say you can export your data into the PDF. You can export your data into the HTML, like that. Even you can export your data into the PPT. Okay, so whatever the extension, okay, you can export your data into different extension. Okay, now coming to the next. Now, sorry. So here we have the next. We have the base SAS procedure. Okay. So what is your base SAS procedure? So base SAS procedure has the unique, or you can say it start with the proc also, PROC. Okay, so the base SAS procedure, or you can say proc, it has the unique characteristics and the element. Okay, and each proc consists of the keyword or one or more statement and the option. Okay, so each proc step, right, begins with, okay, each proc step begins with the keyword proc. Okay, and then we write here the proc name, whatever the different procedure name. So we have the different procedure like proc form, proc print, proc reports, okay, proc SQL, proc chart, proc freak, proc, like that. We have the different procedure. Okay, so if you want a detailed output, right, so for if you want the detailed output of your data, right, so this detailed output is going to print one or more observation without collapsing the data that meet the specific report criteria. So how will you get the detailed output? So we have the different procedure. So we have the forms, proc print, proc reports, and the proc SQL. Okay, now if you want to find the summary, okay, so it is just going to collapse and print the information here. Okay, so here so how can you find the summary of the data, right? How can you create the summary reports? So we have the proc charts, proc freak, proc means, proc plot, okay, proc SQL, and proc univariate. Now next we have the tabular. Okay, how will you create the tabular output? Okay, tabular output report. So for that we have the proc freak, proc tabulate, proc means, and SQL. So with the SQL also you can do that. Now we have the graphical. Okay, sorry, we have the statistical output. Okay, so this statistical output, right, it is just going to compute and print the descriptive statistics like that. And how will you do that? So with the help of proc means and SQL. Next we have the graphical output. Okay, so for the graphical output, so it is going to print the information as simple line oriented bar and the pie chart and plot. And how will you do that? With the help of the proc chart and proc plot. Okay, so if I am talking about the syntax of this proc print, procedure, so we have the proc, and you will write here the procedure name. After that you will write here the data is equal to, okay, and then you will write, if you want to add the title, so you can write outside also, right, and footnote you will write, you can write here the by label, format statement, and then run. Okay, so for the few of the procedure name, like we have the SQL. Okay, so proc SQL, it ends with the quit, it does not end with the run. But apart from that we have the proc form, print, reports, chart, proc freak, proc means, proc plot, proc univariate, like that. All the procedure, right, it end with the runs. Okay, it ends with the run. Now let us talk about the proc print. Okay, let us talk about the proc print. So let me clear this first. So let us talk about the proc print. So proc print procedure is the popular reporting tool that is used by the user everywhere. Okay, in the simplest form I will say like that, the proc print all the variable for all the observation in a data set. Okay, so here the SAS system write a default title line at the top of each report page automatically, and the proc print statement produce a detailed oriented report consisting of all the observation and variable. Then we have the proc SQL. Okay, so this SQL procedure is also known as, you can say, structured query language. Okay, and it is a popular reporting tool among the database user. Like we have a different database, like we have the Oracle and the IBM, right? So Here the proc SQL print all the variable for all the observation in a data set. Okay, and the one or more title statement can be also specified to customize the reports. Okay, we have also the proc means, right? So, or we have also the proc forms. Okay, you can also use the proc form. And what does this proc form do? So here the proc form procedure provide a handy tool for printing the label and the form information. Okay, generally this form procedure that is used when the information is of a repetitive nature, such as you can say the mailing label, right? So here the proc form print the information that you specify within the one or more line statement. Okay, now next we have the proc fric. So this proc fric procedure help you to produce the one way to the n-way frequency report and the cross tabulation table for the numeric and the character variable. Okay, so this proc fric report produce the one way frequency table. Okay, now next we have the proc means also. So this proc means procedure produce the descriptive statistics for the numeric variable only. In simplest form, if I will say like that, so the proc means produce the descriptive statistics for all the numeric variable in a data set. So here the analysis can be performed to help understand the data by using the numeric or the character categorical variable in a class statement. Okay, so using the class statement we will create the descriptive statistics, or you can say as a subgroup. Next we have the proc univariate. Okay, so this proc univariate procedure works similar to the proc means procedure, except it provides a larger number of the descriptive statistics. And in simplest form I will say like that, the proc univariate produces the descriptive statistics for all the numeric variable in a data set. Next we have the proc sort also, right? So there is one more procedure, that is proc sort. So this proc sort, suppose if you want to rearrange the order of the data in a SAS dataset to reflect some other order. Okay, so here the sort procedure enable one or more column of a data to be physically ordered in a SAS dataset, and the name of the dataset is specified in a proc sort data is equal to option, and the name of the variable to rearrange the data for in a by statement. Okay, now the next we have the advantage of the SAS. Okay, so when I am talking about the advantage, so it is easy to learn. Okay, so SAS is very easy to learn syntax. It can be learned easily without any programming skill, and so that anyone can learn it. And here the coding of the SAS is very simple language statement which we can use it in a day-to-day activity. The second we have ability to handle the large data set. Okay, so SAS is strongly capable of handling the large database very easily. Third we have easy to debug. So SAS is very comprehensible language, and the process of debugging is very easy, and it is easy to understand and correct the error because the log window states clearly. Fourth we have that is tested algorithm. So here the algorithm implemented in the SAS is fully tested and analyzed by the developer, and every version of the SAS is tested in a controlled environment before it released. So testing is possible because SAS is the closed source language. Next advantage we have the SAS customer support. So the organization of the SAS maintain the proper monitoring as it like a complete organization to analyze the SAS, and it has the customer support also, and SAS customer support handle all kinds of the problem. It provides you the data security also. So SAS is the primary tools for the many large scale company, and the company data is confidential here. That's why it is the closed source of the language. Okay, so the data in the SAS is completely secure. In the case of the office use, without the license we cannot extract the data, right? And the manipulation is not possible because of the data security. And this is the reason behind this popularity in the corporate world. Now the last we have the SAS graphical user interface. Okay, so SAS is the language that has made the statistical computing easier for the non-programming user, and it has an amazing graphical user interface. Okay, and it user interface has the various tools like plot, graph, and the highly versatile library. Right. So this is all about the SAS. Okay. So now talking about the Sankhyana office. So the head office of Sankhyana Consultancy Service is in the Kamnahalli, Bangalore. Okay, and there are two branch office. Okay, the first branch office is in the SSR layout, Bangalore, and the second branch office is in the Dairy Onson, Rohtas, Bihar. Okay, and these are the respective contact number of all the office, all the branch office. Yeah. So if you have any technical query or non-technical query, right? So you can contact at this number. You can contact at this technical. You can contact at this number for any technical or non-technical queries. Okay. So once again, I will talk about the Sankhyana. Okay, so Sankhyana is an IT firm, right, which provide you the consulting, analytic, and training to the student and professional from the last 8 years. Okay, so if you want to visit our website, so you can visit at www.sankhyana.com. Okay, and thank you everyone for attending this session. Okay, and have a very good day.